Starting with your feet apart, we're going to take a nice deep breath in, filling the lungs, reaching all the way to the ceiling, and out. Same again, nice big bend. And release. This time we're going to take the arm up and over. Try and keep everything moving. Reaching to the side. Keeping space in those sides, so try not to collapse over. 2 more like this, flowing through. You can go a little bit further. Good. This time we're going to go side, over that leg, traveling all the way down. Relax the head and slowly rolling through the back, stacking every notch. Other side. Over the leg, all the way down to the center. Slowly, slowly roll yourself back up. And rolling down, tuck the chin, slowly, slowly. When you get to the bottom, little relaxation in the knees, and then rolling yourself all the way back up. We're going to do 1 more of those. Tuck the head, all the way down. Bend the knees, and rolling all the way up. Good job. Rolling the shoulders. So 4 times going back, get a little bigger each time, and 4 times going forwards. This is just to wake up the body so we can have a nice deep stretch. Good. Toes out, knees out, pressing into the legs, so pushing all the way down, stretching out those adductors. Holding it here. If you're happy here, press into that leg and just gently looking over one shoulder. You can drop down to the elbow. And change sides. Good. And back to the center. Pressing up onto one toe. Just stretching out the front of those feet. And change. Good. So toes parallel. Hands down to the floor. This time taking your time. Gently stretch the legs. See how far you can go. You can either keep a micro bend in those legs, or if your hands come off the floor, that's absolutely fine as well. Just see what feels good. Take a little wiggle into those hips. And when you're ready, you're going to walk the hands to one leg. So holding them towards that leg. Take a nice deep breath in, and on the exhale, see if you can go a little bit lower. If you want a deeper stretch still, you can bend the other knee away. Hold there. And gently, gently back to center. Change sides. Pulling away if you did that on the first side. Here you should get a nice stretch all the way at the back of that leg, but also across the side of the body. Okay, center. Let's walk those feet together. Wiggle into the hips. Take 1 more bend and very gently you're going to roll yourself all the way back up to standing. Take as long as you need. The head is the last thing to come up. Give the legs a little shake. We're going to take a nice lunge to the side. So walk that leg away. Pressing down. Hands on the waist to start. Let's see how far we can go. So thinking about keeping the knee on top of the ankle at the front. Don't let it push forwards. You want a nice right angle if you can in that front leg. And we're really, really stretching out that hip flexor at the back. If it's a little bit too much, gently take your hands, drop that knee to the floor, and you can bring yourself back up here. You should still feel a nice stretch for that hip flexor. Let's hold it here for a couple of deep breaths. Good. And now everybody, hands to the floor, knee to the floor. You're going to open out that front leg a little way and just let the knee drop to the back. If you can, elbows down, if not, stay on your hands, but you're just taking a nice deep stretch for that back hip flexor. So you're either going to stay here, let this knee drop out, or down to the floor. So with all of these stretches, we're trying not to bounce. Just try and hold when you're in a position and breathe. Good. From there, okay, walking back up. We're going to center ourselves, pushing that leg out, slowly walking over the top, I'm going to take the same thing on the other side. So if you started up, try and bring those hands up or hands to your waist. Nice deep stretch for the back. Hip flexor. If you went down to the floor and dropped that knee, try and repeat the same on both sides. So we were here first, the back was up. Really breathing and pushing into that back hip flexor, especially if you've been sat down a lot working from home. You're going to be really tight in those hips, so we need to take some time to open them up. Good, and walking the front foot away if you've got a mat, so it's going towards the edge of the mat. If not, just a couple of heel toes away, and dropping the hips down as low as you can. Remember, this was an option, or you can drop down to your elbows. Hold it there. Good, one more deep breath. That should feel like you're really opening up those hips. Good, and coming back. So same thing, walk the foot back and turning out. Good. Let's take a walk over the top. Stay as low as you can. And here we go, one more. Good, and this time finishing in the center, parallel feet. This should be nice and wide, just resting down. Really stretching up the back of those legs. If you can, hold on to the elbows and just give that extra bit of weight, taking you down towards the floor. Keep breathing nice and deep, fill the lungs. Good, okay, hands down, bring yourself down to the floor, nice and gentle. Good job. Okay, so we're going to focus on some nice stretches for the legs to start with, and the hips, and the glutes. So, butterfly those legs out. If you want, you can prop your elbows into your knees as you rest forwards. If that's too much, just drop the head down. Make sure you just listen to your own body, see what works for you. So, down we go. Holding it there. Let's see if we can go any further. If it's too uncomfortable here, you can have a little play around with having your feet a little bit further away or a little bit closer. Just see what works well for your body. Good. And gently coming up. Give those knees a cuddle, so wrapping the arms around, just wiggling in the hips. And we're going to stretch the legs out in front, flex the toes, reaching up to the ceiling, nice deep breath, push away, and then all the way down, flat back for as long as you can, and then we're going to relax over. So you can either keep your feet flexed here, they can be together, or just hip width apart. If you want, you can move your the squidgy bits out of the way so that your hip bones are connected with the floor, and just resting over here. Try not to force anything, we're just waking up the legs and the body. If you can hold on, wonderful, pulling those heels off the floor. Good job. And stretching the legs out to the side. We're going to start today with one leg in. So the heel is going to be into the center. You're going to reach up and over and hold it there. Good. And gently coming back up. Nice. Keeping this hip bone down, turn towards that leg, flex the foot, and try and keep your shoulders square. You're going to reach for those toes and rest down on this side. Keep breathing. This might feel quite a deep stretch, so keep breathing. Good. How are we doing? Gently walking yourself back up. Switch sides. So the legs going out, the other legs pulling into the center. Keep those hip bones on the floor, up and over to start with. Make sure with this stretch your knee stays on top, don't let it roll forwards. Good. And big stretch, gently coming up. Turn the shoulders, make sure those hip bones are down. Flex that foot. down we go. If you can't grab your foot and it's a bit too much, feel free to just hold on to your leg. This is for you, so make sure you do whatever you need to do for your own body. Good. Okay, we're nearly there. Both legs out. It's either going to be your favorite stretch or your least favorite stretch, one of the two. Up we go, and gently dropping down to the center. So first thing we're going to do, keeping the feet flexed, is keeping the back nice and straight. Go as far as you can. It might not be very far, that's absolutely fine. We're going to hold for 4, for 3. Can you go a little bit further? 2, 1, and relax. So this time you can let the back just curve gently. The head is going to hang. The feet are going to relax. And we're going to hold it here for a nice deep stretch. So everyone's going to be different here. You might be on your hands. You might be on your elbows. You might feel like you can take your hands further away and take this all the way down to the floor. Just see how you're feeling. Try and stay nice and still. No fidgeting. No bouncing. We're going to hold for 10 more seconds. 10, 9, keep breathing. 8, 7, have you got a little bit more space? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, slowly, slowly walking yourself back up. We're going to cross the legs just somewhere that's comfortable. Finishing off, opening out the chest. You're going to take a nice breath in and open as much as you can. On the exhale, reversing curve. Same again. Have you got a bit more space? Breathing in and breathing out. This time, hands to the base of the spine, opening out the chest. If you're happy there, you could link your hands and pull them away from you. Holding here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So let's reverse. Opening the shoulders. Feel like the shoulder blades are sliding away from each other. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Last couple. So let's just give the arms a bit of a stretch. Circle the wrists. And change sides. Cross, try not to press on your elbow, so either above or below, whatever works better. Circle the wrists. Good. And big shoulder roll. Finishing with a few deep breaths. Awesome job. Breathing all the way in and let it go. Let the arms fall down. Well done for joining me. Breathing all the way in. Your body will be very grateful that you've got yourself moving. And hopefully you'll feel a little bit better. One more time. Breathing in, this time push up and away. Hold and let it go. Well done, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day.